1 to 40. Listen carefully and answer questions 31 to 40.
Today, we are going to focus on land snails. We are already covering the other types in our marine biology class. Snails may not have any specific benefit to humans, but they do have a cultural significance. Snails are dull, slow-paced creatures, lacking agility. Interestingly, in contemporary speech, the expression "a snail's pace" is often used to describe a slow, inefficient process. For example, the phrase snail mail is sarcastically used to mean the regularly slow postal service delivery of paper messages as opposed to text or email. As kids, many of you have caught and played with those cute little snails in gardens and public parks. During the rainy period, snails come out of hibernation. They crawl slowly and, if threatened, even at the slightest touch, contract into their shell. Kids find these creatures fascinating. A snail's anatomy is very interesting, especially the shell. The coiled shell of the land snail is attached to its body by a very powerful muscle. The shell is very useful to our little snail. And this is also one of the two physiological defense mechanisms it can use when in danger. The other tool is the release of large amounts of mucus to probably confuse or suffocate the attacker. However, the toxicity of the substance is not yet confirmed. The snail can withdraw its body entirely into the shell. Snails are born with their shells, and these shells remain with them for their whole life. Shells grow as the snail grows. On the snail's head there are two tentacles called upper tentacles. On the top of these tentacles are the eyes, such a powerful visual tool, yeah? Below its head there are two more tentacles, the lower tentacles. The lower tentacles are concerned with smell, and between the lower tentacles is the snail's mouth. The glands on the foot secrete mucus that helps to lubricate the surface upon which it crawls, and, as I mentioned earlier, to ward off predators. Many of us may have seen snails walking on sharp surfaces without being hurt. Mucus is the reason behind this ability. If you believe snails are small or extremely small creatures, think again. Several of the largest known land snails, or I would say giant snails, were recorded in the year of 1978. The largest registered animal was measured at 39.3 centimeters from snout to tail when fully extended, with a shell length of 27.3 centimeters. Land snails are found in field and grassy areas because the food they love is found there. What do they eat mostly? They enjoy plant, fungi, and algae. If you ever happen to have a land snail as your pet, it would be very convenient to look after its diet. Provide your land snail with plant matter and vegetables such as lettuce, dandelion greens, cucumbers, and carrots, and they're satisfied. Snails are eaten in many parts of the world. They have a special place in French cuisine. Due to the shell, a snail requires greater care while cooking. Snails have a slightly sticky and chewy texture after cooking. The practice of rearing snails for this purpose is on the rise.
That is the end of part 4. You now have half a minute to check your answers.